What's up, everybody? This is Eddie, and welcome to MSC Live with 3M, a demonstration designed to deliver on our promise, built to make you better. Now, we have an exciting demonstration for you today, but with this being a live, interactive, and engaging stream, we not only encourage, but we anticipate each and every one of you to leave any questions or comments that you may have and leave them in the chat box on the side of the screen. But remember, if you want to take part in our fun today, you do need to be logged into your YouTube account. So get logged in, and for instructions on how to do so, check out the link in the description. It'll take you to a landing page and get you taken care of. So with that, it's very important that we leave some comments within that section because we love to interact and engage with you. And also, we could take your comment or question, pull it up on the screen, and answer it in real time. And then also 3M is kind enough to give away not one but two lucky prize packages. So for those who registered for the event and interact in our comment section, we'll be giving you a special prize, but you got to stay tuned in the end where we will announce the winners. So following our event today, make sure you head on over to 3M and MSC's YouTube pages. I need you to hit that subscribe button, ring that bell to turn on the notifications so we can keep you in the loop with all the amazing content we're going to be releasing. And last but certainly not least, give us a huge thumbs up. So today within our demonstration, really the messaging behind it is that corners are not meant to be cut, just deburred, sanded, and polished. So we're going to be covering some strong alternatives to some more traditional methods. And as always, I never do these events alone. I have with me, as always, my partner in crime, Aaron. What's going on? You ready to do a good demo today?
Absolutely. We got a lot of great products from 3M, and we're going to have some fun showcasing it.
There we go. Always a pleasure. And to bring even more relevance to all of you viewers today, we have three industry-leading experts from the 3M team. So let's get this stage set and bring them on. We're going to start with our very first expert, Mackenzie. So let's bring her on up. Hey, Mackenzie. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Yeah, looking forward to this. My name's Mackenzie. I am the Scotch-Brite product marketer here at 3M. Excited to be showing some of these demos to you guys today. So thank you for joining.
Right on. Hey, we appreciate you. Hey, and we're looking forward to the information you're going to provide for your section of the demo. And let's then bring in our second guest here, our good friend Bridget. So as we pull her up, hey, Bridget, you want to tell us a little bit about yourself and what you do for 3M?
Hello, everyone. Good morning. My name is Bridget Shannon, and I work for 3M as an application engineer and Scotch-Brite expert in our Abrasive Systems division. My role as an application engineer is to support the development of new products and improvements, in addition to supporting our field representatives and solving customer problems from the technical side to ensure that our customers are successful using 3M's products.
There we go. I love it. Well, thank you so much for joining us, and we're looking forward to the content you're going to provide to us today for your demonstration. So, hey, let's bring in our third and final guest today, our good friend Bill. So as we pull you up, Bill, why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself and what you do for 3M?
Hey, I'm glad to be a part of the event today. Bill Veninga. I am a key account distribution leader who comes along MSC to bring the market basket of 3M solutions to each one of you. So we're excited about today's event. It's going to be featuring technology that we invented over 50 years ago, nonwoven abrasives. It all started with 3M. So today you're going to see a lot of cool things from us from our Scotch-Brite abrasive line. So can't wait to see how it all comes together.
There you go, with emphasis on cool things today. We're super excited, and I know you didn't hop on the stream today to listen to this guy talk, so we've got the gang all here, the stage is set, and before we get rolling on a couple of items, we're gonna bring Mackenzie back up to give us a quick blurb and insight on the Scotch-Brite brand. So let's pull up Mackenzie and give us a little bit of that insight.
Yeah, thank you. All right, so there's only one and only Scotch-Brite made by the good folks over in Prairie du Chien, Wisconsin. So I think if you guys are using this in your process already, you know that it's very conformable, and it's going to be used on a variety of applications from deburring to finishing, and different substrates from aluminum to brass to plastic. So, I think the point that we want to make today is that there's a Scotch-Brite solution for you, regardless of your application. We want to help you with that challenge. So let's move forward to the next demo.
There we go, there we go. And to help us kick things off, we're going to bring back Bridget. So we're going to pull Bridget up. And while we're doing that, Bridget, I know you're obviously a huge expert in this specific line, but we're going to be referring to a couple of terms that I want to make sure everybody is super familiar with. So could you give us some of the key insights, difference, and characteristics between Convolute and Unitized?
Yeah, so our convolute wheels are wheels that have the wrap construction. So it's wrapped around the standard core. So if you think about the flat stock, it's that flat part of the web that becomes the cutting tool. And these wheels are typically one directional. They only spin one way. And there's an arrow on the wheel that indicates the direction that it should spin. Now, our unitized wheels they're stacked or in a layered construction. And with that, because it's not wrapped around a center hole, you have a selection of center hole sizes that we can choose from. And this product is useful because it can be run flat or it can be run on edge, depending on the attachment type that you choose.
Very, very good breakdown, and we appreciate that. So now that we've got a little bit of insight on Convolute versus Unitized, let's see some of these things in action. And to kind of get things kicked off, we're going to be highlighting a portion of this process where we provide some really good solutions, and that comes down to deburring. So Aaron, what do we have going on first?
Yeah, so the first thing that we're going to kick off with, we got the 8-inch bench grinder here with our Convolute, just like Bridget was mentioning about just a second ago. We got the Convolute wheel. I got a couple coupons here with some really heavy burrs on it. So the first thing I'm going to do is we're going to use the Convolute wheel, and I'm going to knock these burrs off, and then we'll show it in the camera just so you can really see the differences on the two different parts, the before and after. So I'll get things going here.
And while he's running this, Bridget, if you can give us an insight, like what is a burr and what is deburring essentially?
Yeah, so a burr is typically that rough, sharp edge or ridge that's produced from cutting or shearing or grinding from machining operations. And so we talk about deburring. Deburring is going to be the process of us smoothing out that rough edge or imperfections so that we can get a smooth product. So no matter the size of the work, deburring is an important part of the process. We want to remove any undesirable flaws and imperfections before we move on to the next stage.
And so we're at a quick close-up view here of what looks like a couple of burrs prior to and then after using your wheel. Give us a little bit of insight. What's this look like? Is this what we're expecting, and are you pleased with the result here?
Yeah, that's exactly what we'd expect. So on the left, you see there's large-sized burrs or medium-sized burrs, and using that convolute, he's able to do that pretty quickly. And the finish, it looks really smooth, it looks finer. That's one of the benefits with the convolute wheels. It's going to give you a finer finish when we're talking grade to grade. It's softer and it's more conformable. So yeah, it did exactly what I expected it to do. Thank you.
Yeah, it looks great. And then with the EXL Pro specifically, what are some unique qualities of this specific tool that we're looking at?
Yeah, so with the EXL Pro, I mean, EXL Pro it has a controlled cut with it being a convolute. So it's going to be consistent. It's going to provide you that uniform finish. It's made of synthetic fibers, so it has like no metallic contamination. So you're going to have a cleaner operation and it's safer to use. Overall, it's better. It provides a better life. It has better form retention due to its makeup. It's going to finish. It's going to have that finer finish, and what I like about it is we have a variety of these wheels.
You know, this close-up looks great, and that was a great way to be able to feature how this specific item really handles that deburring process. So with that, Aaron, is that wrapped up there? We got anything moving on to next?
Yeah, so we're going to move on to the Roloc wheel, where the difference between the Convolute wheel here on the bench grinder is this wheel is the Unitized wheel that Bridget was talking about. So I've got a part fixtured up here in the vise, and I'll be able to, we're going to go across the top of it using the flat side, and just like Bridget mentioned earlier, I'm also able to use the edges on this wheel as well. So we'll get around the outside profile of this part, and we'll deburr this whole part.
Yeah, before we get rolling, looks like we have one of our viewers. Hey, Nick, thank you so much for joining us in the stream today and for your question. Nick's question is this aluminum or steel?
Yeah, so the coupon that we used here was a steel coupon. I got another steel part up here, and as we move into further into the demo, I've got some aluminum stuff that we'll showcase on some other products here.
There we go. All right, well, let's create some friction. And as we're doing this, hey, Bridget, give us a little bit of the insight and the play-by-play as we're watching this happen.
Okay, so one thing that he's doing, as you can see, is Aaron, these unitized wheels are designed to bring the abrasive to the part. So he's deburring onto the part here. And what I like about the unitized is, like he said, you can run them on edge and you can run them flat. and you can get into a lot of like nooks and crannies. So these unitized wheels come in a variety of sizes, grades, and densities. And what's great about this three, another thing that's great about it is because due to the makeup, it has more durability and strength. And another good thing that I'd say about the Deburr Finish Pro is that it has something in common with our Cubitron 2 brand that most of you are familiar with, and that's it contains our 3M proprietary precision shaped grain, and which was engineered to cut fast and sharp. So it's the combination of that PSG and the Scotch-Brite that's going to give us that faster burr removal without sacrificing the finish.
You know, it looked like it made a really solid finish. So one of the bigger questions is, who needs something like this?
Well, everybody needs something like this. I think it could be useful for everyone. I mean, these wheels are great alternatives for replacing any wire brushes, steel wool, conventional coated abrasives, carbide burrs, blasting, sandblasting, setup wheels, or any busting compounds. So definitely everyone should have one in their machine shop or on the production floor.
Yeah, no, that's some really great insight. So it looks like we have another friend, Patrick James. Hey, Patrick, we really appreciate you hanging out there and joining in the fun in the chat box. Patrick's question is, what will work on 300 and 400 series stainless? Bridget, can you give us a little bit of insight on that?
Yeah, so the benefit about both the EX Pro and the Deburr Finish Pro is they work on all different types of metal, so it's very versatile. So it would work on stainless, 300 stainless, and 400. You can use.
Very good, very good. And then as we get set up for the next one, I got one last question for you. So as we're doing these different operations, what are some variables that we need to consider when considering some of these types of tools here?
Yeah, so some of the factors that may affect the performance, I'd say the most common would be the product speed. So the product speed is going to have a significant effect on the performance on that cut, life, and finish. So it's important to select the proper speed for that operation. Typically with these wheels, low speeds are going to generate a uniform finish, or you use those for softer material applications. And then the higher speeds are recommended when you want to remove or blend imperfections like the tough burrs. So I'd say the maximum speed that Aaron used was about 6,000 RPM, but that speed would be different depending on your application. And then lastly, I'll say the other variable to consider is the hardness and the minerals. So it's the combination of the two that really determines what the product is going to do.
No, that makes sense, and that's a great outlook here. And hey, we're so popular, this is great already. We have another question here from our friend Larry. Hey, Larry, thank you so much for joining us and taking part in the fun. Larry says, have a customer wanting to develop a consistent finish on a rubber product. How will this work on rubber, or will it? Bridget, what do you have for us?
Yeah, so it works on plastics. It could work on rubber or works on glass. So yeah, I think it would be a great product to try.
Sounds like versatility, if anything. So, no, what a great demonstration of the capabilities of both those types of wheels. So, Bridget, hey, we thank you so much for your contribution in this section of the demo. And unless there's anything else, we're ready to move on to the next set?
We're ready to move on.
There we go. What are we looking at?
So the next thing that we're going to get into is the Scotch-Brite Clean and Strip XT Pro. And I think we're going to bring Mackenzie up here to give us a little bit of insight on what we're going to be showcasing with this tool here.
Yeah, thanks guys. So this is one of my favorite products within the Scotch-Brite line. It's new, it came out just recently. Here he's got the Clean and Strip Pro extra cut, so you can see that it's that green color. It's an aluminum oxide mineral. It's gonna do great on removing coatings, paints, mill scale. So this is gonna be the toughest option we've got in this Clean and Strip XT Pro line. You can see here he's got the 5/811 quick change, so he's going to be using this on that right angle tool. We do offer this in the Roloc version, which you saw earlier, as well as some wheel versions that can be put on a bench motor.
There you go, looks good, looks good. I like how the HD footage really highlights some of the key components of that specific disc. So with that, what are we gonna do with this today, Aaron?
Yeah, so I got a piece of 4x4 steel tube up here that really has just rust all over the place. And this wheel is gonna work really great on taking off that mill scale, that rust, to really clean this part up. So we'll get going here.
There you go, Kenzie, and as we get this rolling, I wanna give us a little bit of play-by-play.
Sure, go ahead. See how he's able to take off this corrosion in just a couple passes? I think, a big point to make is that it's very easy. It's going to be a product that, whether you're, been doing this kind of application for years or you're new to doing some work like this, you're going to notice the performance and the speed. Scotch-Brite Clean and Strip XC Pro is going to do a lot of this work for you. You can see that finish is very consistent, not back gouging, very low spark, so you can do a lot of this work without a fire watch, which is a big deal for, for a lot of our customers as well. I bet that felt pretty good using, huh, Aaron?
Oh, absolutely. So easy to use. And it actually, the whole setup that we have here on this table, it was kind of an old table that I had here in the shop. And the table itself had rust on it. I had some grime, other stuff. So I really wanted to kind of pretty it up and also get used to the product. And so I used this product to completely strip this the top of this table off. It felt great, and the finish looks awesome.
Now, definitely a great demonstration of the tool, and we have a quick video we want to make sure we show everybody. And as we play this, Kenzie, hey, give us some of the insight that we're looking at.
Sure. Yes. Go ahead. So we're about to show you a video. This is of our silicon carbide version, so you can see this is purple. He's using it on a similar tool. And we're going to go up against wire, right? So the idea is, can this actually work against wire? Will it replace wire? Well, the answer, as we'll show you, is yes. It's less expensive than wire, it's safer than wire, and you're going to see a conformable finish too. So he's going to run this on a couple different types of parts here. And see how it's removing that paint so quickly, and you don't have to worry about those wire pieces flaring around and catching someone in the arm. You have a lot more control over the tool when you're using Scotch-Brite to remove paint. You can see just how quickly it took off the paint, how easy it is to use. So as you're looking to replace wire, looking for alternatives, Clean and Strip XC Pro and Clean and Strip XC Pro Extra Cut are the Scotch-Brite options for that.
There you go. That side-by-side really speaks for itself. So what a great demonstration on that. And to continue on the trend today, what do we have next?
Yeah, so the next we're going to move over to our second 8-inch bench grinder. And on this grinder, I have two different bristle brushes. We have a straight bristle and a curved bristle. So before I get going, Mackenzie, can you kind of give us some insight on what the differences are between the straight and the curved, and also the different grades that we're looking at?
Sure. So this green right here is what we call TS. So this just means the bristle straight can be run in the different directions. It's going to be slightly more aggressive than the curved option. And this is because, there you go. So you're seeing the bristle brush stacked here with those flanges that it comes with. So you can, get to a pretty wide brush size as needed. And I think, as you look at the angled bristle, it's going to be more conformable, and you're going to have to be concerned about running it in one direction, which we'll show as well. Yeah, so this is going to be more conformable. This one here is, it's a finer grade. It's around 220. And I think, this is still going to serve quite a variety of applications when you're finishing, especially getting into some tighter spaces, as opposed to the one with the straight bristles, which can be a little bit more aggressive.
Yeah, so what I got here is a little coupon that we're going to use the straight bristle with the harder grit to kind of deburr the edges of this part here, and then we'll move over to the curved bristle to strip the paint off of it, and we'll get a good look on the finishes of the two. So I'll get going here.
And as we get rolling, Kenzie, give us the insight on what we're looking at.
So Bristle it's a molded product, right? It's got filament inside of it. So there's no metal inside of Bristle, and it can be used down to the bottom parts of the Bristle wheel here. So you get a really long life out of this type of product. What's pretty neat is here he's showing the green, which is right around a 50 grit, and then you can see how it took off that burr, and it's helping refine part of that coupon. And then he's moving over to a finer grade. So this is if you had, a couple steps in your process. He's going to be able to finish this off with the 220 and look at a finer finish. So here we're using, a coupon. Yes, yeah, that makes a big difference. You can see how regardless of the mils, of paint that you have on a part, this is not going to back gouge. Really important to say that. So if, if your operators are relatively new at their job, this is a great one to show because you've got a lot of conformability. They can get into these tight spaces and they're going to remove it quickly. So it's a great one to show.
Yeah, a great demo to really show the capabilities of those. And then before we kind of make a simple transition, what are some general variables to consider when it comes to using both of these?
Right, so speed for Bristle is just as important as it was, when we mentioned it for Convolute. Those 8-inch Bristle parts are running at, they've got a max RPM at about 6,000. So, that's your max RPM for those. But this does, come on a variety of tools. We can get all the way down to 1/4 of an inch in Bristle products. So you could use that on an extended die grinder, depending on the type of part that you're working to finish.
No, very good, very good. And before we switch to the second part with this specific demo, I want to show you a quick video so Mackenzie can provide us a little bit of insight as to what we're seeing.
Another video for you guys here. So this is another example of using radial bristle in a brush form. So this is with that curved bristle on a robot, right? So we're showing how in this animation, we have quite a few customers that are using Bristle to go and refine, a finish so that they can then lay a weld or take off weld burn so the part that they're working on can continue to move through the process. You're going to get a very controlled compression with Bristle as well. So that's why it is ideal for robotic applications. You're seeing here how they're using it, on the doors to deburr, also on a flat part to create a very seamless finish, prep for paints and other applications. This is a cool one to watch. Yeah.
No, great stuff, great stuff. I'm glad we were able to show that little bit of the visual here. So Aaron, I see that part. What are we getting ready to do with it?
Yeah, so something else that the bristle brushes are good for are to take off the weld discoloration. So I have a part here where we have some weld on the end, and it's just very discolored, almost got that kind of burn look to it. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna use the straight brush with the kind of heavier grade to it, and we're gonna take this weld discoloration off.
There you go, Kenzie, tell us about what we see.
Yeah, so like Aaron was just saying, you can use this to take some weld discoloration. You can also use this for some different applications, like taking some smaller burrs off. Depending on what you're working on, this is, like we just said, going to have a variety of uses for you. So we have a variety of customer applications where they're using radial bristle. Sometimes they're, cleaning jewelry. That's actually a pretty common one. All the way up to aerospace, MRO, and OEM applications for removing adhesive, the weld burn. Another common market segment for Bristle is the automotive aftermarket segment. So you're seeing this on a bench motor, taking off some weld burn. Yep. And then we also, see this quite often when someone's fixing up an old car as well. So thanks, Aaron.
Yeah, lots of good use in really being able to highlight some of the big differences in the safety, different applications of those discs. So hey, appreciate your little level of insight. And then with that being said, Aaron, just got a new toy out. What's going on? What are we seeing next?
I got all kinds of toys here. Yeah, so the next thing that we're gonna go into is the 3M file belt. So I've got a steel part here, and we've got some burrs around the edges here that we're gonna kind of take off with this file belt. So Mackenzie, kind of give us the insight on what, how this tool can be used, and what kind of customer should be looking for this kind of tool.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so the tool you have is a 3M file belt tool. The belt on there is a Scotch-Brite Durable Flex file belt. We've got this belt in very fine, medium, and coarse. So regardless of, the type of finish you're looking to achieve and where you're starting, this is going to be our most flexible belt, especially for a file belt tool. It's a great starting point. And you can see right there, he's showing that handle. For this file belt tool, you can just use an Allen wrench that it comes with and put it at a slight angle. File belt applications, are commonly ones where it's hard to reach areas or radius of a part. And so this tool comes in handy if you're trying to get in to some different areas. Yeah.
Yeah, so I'll get going here. Like I mentioned, we're gonna take care of the burrs on the outside of this tube and also on the inside, so everybody can get a good look here.
Okay.
Yeah, what are we seeing here, Mackenzie?
So you're seeing that this belt has really good edge durability, and it's going to resist chunking, and it's going to, like we just said, be very flexible and conformable. It's got this reinforced low stretch backing, and that's what makes this belt different from other belts in the Scotch-Brite line and on the market as well. So with this tool, you can see he's kind of running it on the end. He's able to get on the inner diameter of this part, and he was kind of doing a radius on the outer diameter. That specific file belt tool has a few different attachments to it. So the one that he's using is ideal for, for this application here. But I think, it's going to be a very flexible belt, and it's not going to chunk. And that's, sometimes what we see in some similar applications with other products.
Now, that seemed like it'd be a pretty smooth finish. So, Mackenzie, is that what we would typically expect when we're using something like this?
Yeah, absolutely. Very consistent finish, which is the biggest thing that we're looking for. And then we said we do have this in finer grades too. So if you needed to bring that down another level to get a finer RA, then you could easily do that with a similar belt. This here was a 1/2 inch by 18. It's stocked, right up here in the Midwest. So it's easy for us to get that to you as well.
Yeah, no, sound solid. Well, we obviously saw how it was able to perform with this specific tubing, but we're not done just yet. Aaron, what else are we doing?
Yeah, so back to the aluminum tube that we had earlier. Something that, for a customer to have a finished part, for this particular part, I can't have any weld on the outside edges of this part. So with this tool being able to, I can take the tool to the part, it's a smaller part, but what I'm able to do is some of those imperfections, this tool was really great at taking those imperfections off. So I've got a little bit of weld here on the edge that I'm just going to use this file belt here to kind of clean up.
Yeah. So for durable flex, it's ideal for backstand and file belt. Like Aaron just said, you can take this to the part itself. And of course, as many of you know who are watching, anything that works on aluminum is a huge help, right? This isn't going to load. It's still going to last a really long time. He's got a medium here that he's using. There's a coarse grade too, if you needed to look at some more aggressive options.
Yeah, so what we were looking for was just keeping the weld on the end here, and I just wanted to clean up this top edge to make it nice and smooth for functionality of what this part's going to be used for. So it was a great tool to use to be able to do that.
Awesome. Yeah, that's a nice finish. Thank you, Aaron.
Yeah, I definitely agree. And hey, we have another viewer with a question. Scott, thank you so much for joining us and taking part in the fun. Scott's curious, how resistant to tearing is this file belt? Mackenzie, what do you have for us?
Extremely resistant. That's the whole point of durable flex. We do have other belts in our line, but especially as you're looking at a file belt application, this one's going to have a lot of edge durability. So it's built into that low stretch backing that makes it flexible. So that's why this one is going to be the best fit for what you're looking for.
Oh, very good, and a great demonstration on two different types of material, two different applications, but the same consistent results, which is exactly what we would expect from 3M products. So hey, we appreciate you, Mackenzie, for your insight on this section of the demo. And as we move forward, remember everybody, that chat box is open. Get your questions, get your comments in there, even if it's just a thumbs up, find your spot in that box, because here soon we will be announcing 2 lucky winners of a very special 3M package. But as we continue with our demo today, we're gonna bring in our third and final specialist from the 3M team, our good friend Bill. So let's pull Bill on up. Hey, Bill. Hey, welcome to the demonstration portion. And I know you have a really cool program that you want to talk about, this trade in, trade up. So, hey, give us the good news. What are we thinking? What can we expect, Bill?
Well, hey, Eddie, for those of you out in the audience that are not currently using 3M products, but would like to consider them, we've got an easy way for you to make that transition working with 3M and MSC, and it's called our trade in, trade up. So if you're currently using some of 3M's older technologies, you can move to our newest technologies and get the value that they deliver. But let's say you haven't had the experience of using 3M today. What better opportunity to have you move over to 3M? And you might find the right fit, and as you're looking at it, you're like, I still have some of my old stuff on the shelf. Well, how about this? We'll buy it back from you. We've got a trade-in program that is very simple for you to execute on by working with your MSC and 3M industrial customer specialists. So really great program, and you can sort of double dip on this too, because if you're moving to 3M from another brand, we also have another cool program called our Systems Tool Agreement, where you could earn tools like you saw Aaron use earlier. So it's pretty simple. You identify the opportunity, you choose the product that you want to move to, you purchase it, you register, and you send us verification that you purchased the 3M product that you have found to be the best value. And then it's as simple as us mailing you a check directly. So pretty easy for you to make the transition to 3M. And with that Systems Tool Agreement too, you get an opportunity to earn some tools or the accessories that support the abrasives to help you be more productive. And also, the cool thing about this is it helps you in what I would call cost avoidance. So it's a really great loyalty program. It's a way for us and MSC to say thank you for your business.
No, very, very good, and we appreciate your general recap. It sounds like an amazing program that so many people can take advantage of with an immense amount of value. So, hey, we really appreciate you, Bill, highlighting that specific program and also letting all the viewers know how we can take advantage of so much awesomeness. So thank you for your contribution to the demo today. That concludes our demonstration portion, and as we promised, we're going to be announcing our 2 winners of a very special 3M package. So what our winners are going to be getting today, before we pick them, they're going to be receiving one of these 3M grinders that we have that we've been using. So Bill, you want to tell them a little bit about this specific grinder before we announce our winners?
Absolutely. This is one of our 3M disc sanders. It is our model number 28329. It's a 2-inch version where we're able to run a 3-inch disc on it as well. And it's a 0.5 horsepower unit. Really ideal for what you just saw. And you'll see that it has an offset angle on the head, which is ergonomically designed. So you'll find that this is a really comfortable, high performance pneumatic tool. So it's a real nice, sweet package. So that's going to be in the pot. And then along with that, we have a couple other things that are pretty exciting. And Eddie, you might want to just tell them a little bit about what that is, and I can get more detail if you'd like.
Yeah, well, luckily enough, not only are you generous enough to provide one of these hand tools, you're going to give away one of the famous post-it dry erase surfaces. But one thing I think that I'd love for you to talk about here, Bill, is this Flex-Rite surface. You told me a little bit about it, but I don't think anybody's going to explain this better than you. So what are we giving away today?
Well, this is another product that you can get from MSC. So you can get a wide variety of products from MSC, from 3M. But this one's pretty cool. It's our Flex-Rite surface. So you know, many times you're putting stuff on whiteboards. We're all using them now more and more. And this material can either go over an existing whiteboard that's ghosted out that you want to refresh, or you can cut it to size and put it on a vending machine or on, tooling out in the shop to write things on it. But what's special about this versus our straight up dry erase, this one you can write on it with permanent and non-permanent markers. You put the permanent ones up there so you can have a line. Let's say you're tracking you want to have a calendar of events that you're going to track. You can put that up in permanent ink, and then when you permanent marker, then you write your dry erase on top of that. You wipe that off. You're not moving the lines that are there on the flexible right there with the permanent. But you know, sometimes we change what we're doing with things. The neat thing about the flexible right, you can spray just a little bit of water on it and wipe off the permanent, and you got a clean slate. So these are 2 really cool products from our office side of the business available through MSC that allow you to be productive in your environment.
Love it. See, I told you nobody could describe it better than you. That's good stuff. So, hey, here's what we're going to do. We've got the stage set here. We're going to announce who are our 2 lucky winners of this 3M prize pack. Good deal. It looks like congratulations to our winners. We have Patrick, James, and Scott Martin. So hey, Patrick, Scott, congratulations. You are our lucky winners. So you are obviously placing your information. You have that there in that chat box. Someone from the 3M team will be reaching out to you soon, but congratulations on being our 2 lucky winners today and for taking part in the fun in our chat box. So that was awesome, and that concludes our demonstration portion of this demo. So what we're going to do is we're going to bring in our experts just for one last roundtable to give any last thoughts they have. So first, we're going to bring in Mackenzie. So as Mackenzie pops up, hey, thank you so much for joining us today for all your expertise. Give us a quick recap of all the things that you covered today.
Right. So we covered a wide variety, right? We started with Convolute, then showed you some Unitized on a Roloc, then went to our Clean and Strip XD Pro Extra Cut, then Bristle, then the Durable Flex File Belt. So, it's always fun doing these demos live, right? But I think if you have a certain challenge, please connect with MSC. We'll make sure that we're working with MSC on these applications to get you a solution that will help you and your team out and get you the finish that you need. Thank you. Thanks, guys.
Hey, we appreciate you. Thank you so much for providing your expertise. So then let's give a quick shout out and bring up our second expert from the 3M team, Bridget. So as we bring Bridget up, hey, same thing. We really appreciate you joining us. Tell us a little bit about what you covered today.
Thank you. I appreciate you for having me. So we talked about Convolute and Unitized wheels for deburring. And one thing I'll just say is that many customers are choosing Scotch-Brite surface conditioning wheels because of their ease of use and consistent results. These Scotch-Brite products, they're going to enhance your productivity, and they're reducing the need for things like cleaning chemicals or replacing wire brushes, and they're versatile enough to provide that aesthetic finish or do some well blending, and as you saw, deburring. So if you don't take anything away from what I said, just know that Scotch-Brite abrasives, they work fast and they deliver consistent results, and that's part after part. And also know that 3M has a team to support you and help you in your use of using 3M products successfully. Thank you.
Absolutely love your expertise and passion that you brought to the demo. So, hey, we appreciate you so much, and thanks for everything that you provided today. Hey, last but certainly not least, we're going to bring back our third and final expert, Bill. So, Bill, as we pull you up, give us a quick roundabout of that trade-in, trade-up program, and then if you want to quickly recap on how we can get more information.
Absolutely. I think what we saw today is that, as the banner says behind you, we're here to help you with MSC to solve your everyday challenges. So we've got a lot of different things that we can bring forward. So for the trade-in, trade-up, and specifically for the systems tool agreement, where you can find information on that is on MSC's rebate webpage. Okay, and they also have a great landing page that features many of the different 3M products that we discussed today. So when you're looking at solutions for your everyday problems in your manufacturing environment, look to MSC and 3M to come along and help you, be it abrasives, be it adhesives, be it tapes, be it safety. The glasses the guys are wearing today feature our Scotch-Guard anti-fog features. We have a lot of different things, and at 3M, it's all about taking science and applying it to life. So we appreciate you being part of today's event, and looking forward to serving you out in the field with the MSC sellers.
There we go. And one final question, Bill. Where can we get more information?
So go to mscdirect.com, and you see the website at the bottom of the screen. That's going to lead you to all the different 3M options there. And be sure you reach out to your MSC seller. They're able to help you, and they'll pull in the right 3M individual to help meet your needs for whatever your situation is.
Well, it sounds wonderful. And as always, we appreciate you, Bill, for all the insight and passion that you brought to your portion of this demo. So thank you so much again for joining us. Hey, and we always love getting the individual who pushes the button, does all the stuff, man, and so that I don't break it. What's your insight? What do you think about everything we covered today? We definitely did a lot, didn't we?
Absolutely. Yeah. I mean, so coming from a machinist standpoint, we in the shop have used the Scotch-Brite wheels over in the shop to deburr all of our parts. But I think the most outstanding product to me was all of the handheld products. So using the unitized wheel on the 3M grinder, being able to take the tool to the part as opposed to bringing the part to the grinder, very comfortable in your hands, very easy to use. I mean, all of these products were great. Thank you to all the 3M experts for kind of guiding me through all of this, and it was a lot of fun, and I appreciate it.
Well, there you have it. That's all the insight we need. We've had some really amazing industry-leading experts and a hands-on machinist using everything in real time. So I want to thank all of you viewers for all the questions, comments you may have left, and for coming to hang out with us. Thank you, Aaron, for running all the tools and everything today. And thank you to our experts for providing all the value that you did and continue to do so within the industry. So we appreciate all of you. Make sure following this demo, you head on over to MSC and 3M's YouTube pages. I need you to hit that subscribe button. Ring the bell to turn on the notifications so we can keep you in the loop with all the amazing content we're going to be releasing. And last but certainly not least, give us a huge thumbs up. But above all things, we truly appreciate you for joining us with MSC Live with 3M, a demonstration designed to deliver on our promise, built to make you better.